again. Welcome back to the Japan Game Junk podcast. My bronchitis slowly gets better and better, and my dulcet tones can inform more to you about the various old video game deals you can have in the Kanto area. At least for now. Hopefully I'll have a chance to visit other parts of the country fairly soon. Perhaps once my throat stops trying to kill me. So, next up is one of the best stores and one of my favorites, and well, the one that really introduced me to Surugaya. This is the Surugaya store in Omiya. So Omiya Ward is part of Saitama City of Japan, of Saitama Prefecture in Japan, and it's basically the Metro Tokyo area. If you were to ride any of the trains that connect Tokyo to Omiya Station, for example, if you look out the window, it would look just like Tokyo the whole way. It's just built-up urbanization. So whether it's its own metropolitan area, or whether it is part of the Tokyo metro area, it's all up to you. But this is a very, very good Surugaya store on I believe, the 6th floor of the Marui Shopping Center outside Omiya Station. So easy to access as well for all of you out there who don't have a car for whatever reason. First thing I noticed was a boxed Kuroko version of the, Neo Geo, mini arcade things. Used, it was 65,000 yen. I thought that's crazy. I got mine for about 4,000, if I recall correctly. The Nakoruru one. Just because the box was a little smushed. This one, though, it must be a more rare version of the black one. I don't know. That was a lot of money, I thought. Also, the Game Gear Mini, the Micro, the tiny little Game Gears, they had the black one, and the box doesn't even look perfect, but it's 11,600 yen. That's crazy. The red one's at least 7,700, which is still a little crazy. Anyway. Also at the store was maybe the best price ever, except for the one I found randomly at a book-off store, for a HoriPad Mini 64. When many people think this is the best controller to use for Nintendo 64, it's the truly just two-handed, controlling everything easily controller. And I believe it is very, very well loved by the speedrunners out there too. But here, it looks new in the package, complete in the package, for 6,400 yen. It's including tax. That's actually very, very good for this controller. Right there in the display case at the Surugaya store. Next up, that might be interesting. The Charmera instant ramen-based PlayStation 1 game. I got mine off Medokari for a few hundred yen once, but here a complete version, which looks very nice, is 6,400. Actually a bit cheaper than I've seen it usually, so there you go. Also a bit cheaper than I've usually seen was complete in box for the Neo Geo Pocket Cool Jam. It's kind of a music creation software. It's much more in-depth than, for example, the music creation game for the Mario Paint or whatever. And boxed complete, it's only 7,800 yen, which is actually very cheap, and a little bit on the intrigued side. Almost bought it myself, but not this day. Also, right next door to the case was for the MSX, the game Twinbee, boxed and complete for 5,100 yen. Also, much cheaper than usual. Kind of weird. There were, in the random game console hardware section, there were two Tsurikon 64s, so the ASCII created fishing controllers for the Nintendo 64. There were two of the exact same ones. One was 3,700 yen. It had the most slight of damage around a couple of the corners of the box. The other one did not have that damage, and it was 8,800 yen. Really, just for a tiny box difference. If you want this controller, go get the cheap one. Why not? Also, boxed and complete, Metroid Zero Mission for Game Boy Advance, 20,000 yen. It's the most expensive I've ever seen it. Again, it looks really nice in the box there, but yeah, wow. Just keep your games, people. Don't get rid of them. Keep them forever. Just so surprised. I mean, it was such a common game. Almost everyone bought it, I thought, right? But oh well. Also of note, for the Game Boy Advance, just the original Metroid. The yellow cartridge by itself, the one that's meant to be kind of a copy of the Famicom Disk System version. 4,600 yen. Crazy. Wonderfully crazy. And beside it, for more than, well, actually not more than twice the cost, exactly twice the cost, 9,200 yen. Street Fighter, 3 or 0? Street Fighter 03 for the Game Boy Advance, 9,200 yen. It's, wow. It's a lot, right? Oh well. Also at this store, a good one, Sweet Home for the Famicom. The original horror-based games that gained popularity. This one's 4,600 yen at the Surugaya store in Omiya. And I forgot to mention this is as of May the 5th of 2024. This was visited. But yeah, it's a fine game to have, I think. Right beside it, the original Mother. You know, for the Famicom. Earthbound on Super Nintendo, that was Mother 2. The first one, Famicom game. 3,100 yen. Not too bad. What was a bit expensive, though, was for the Nintendo... Well, not for the Nintendo DS, an actual Pokemon Store Nintendo DS with Mew on the cover. I'm not sure what the actual system looks like, but this one is complete in box. The original fat Nintendo DS. Whatever design it has, it must be worth it because it is 107,000 yen. Right beside it on the shelf, there are the original Pocket Monster green and red re-released Game Boy. I believe they're Game Boy Pockets. It's hard to see. But those, even without the games, all of the games you get for 100 yen on anywhere. Without the games, 41,300 yen boxed. Craziness. So yeah, a bit of what I found at the Surugaya store, but the most unfortunate thing I found was the PC Engine interface unit AC adapter that I need. That, again, I can't just buy it anytime, even though I can. I gotta get a good deal out of it, you know. I gotta feel like I got it for a junk price. So it was there at the store as well, 3,800 yen, and yeah, usually it's a bit more than that, but too rich for my blood. Anyway, that's something to note, that this store is very, very good, not only for games, but also for video games, also for board games, also for toys, for media, so CDs, DVDs, movies, even Laserdiscs, many things very, very cheap. This is a fantastic store to visit, and if you're in Japan in general, surely if you're not in Tokyo, you're going to at least visit Tokyo. So take the time to go to Omiya Station, go out the station to Marui department store, floor 6, and give the Surugaya a look. You'll be very glad you did. Lots of great stuff, and even if you gotta go by car, you know, it's a very major station, but get 2,000 yen worth of stuff at the Surugaya, and a free parking for, I think it's 2 hours. It's a great place to go. So, just go there. Surugaya, Omiya, in Marui Shopping Center. There you go. You have enjoyed listening to me because I'm so great and my diseased voice is so pleasant. Goodbye.